Some changes don't announce themselves. They don't show up as fireworks. They show up as pressure, as patterns, as a strange feeling that your old way of seeing the world doesn't fit anymore. And if you've been sensing that lately, more vivid dreams, sharper intuition, stronger synchronicities, moments of, I knew that before it happened, you might be experiencing something a lot of seekers talk about, your third eye opening. Now, let's get one thing clear before we go deeper. The third eye is a spiritual symbol used across multiple traditions. Some people connect it to intuition, inner vision, and heightened awareness. Others connect it to the pineal gland because of its role in sleep cycles and circadian rhythm. But this video isn't here to sell you fantasy. It's here to help you recognize the signs, the inner shifts that many people report when they begin to live more consciously, more intuitively, more aligned. And if you're still watching Supaths, you already know this isn't random. So here are 11 strange things you might experience when your third eye begins opening. Not all at once, not always dramatically, but in a way that slowly rewires how you interpret reality. Let's begin. 1. Pressure between the eyebrows or in the temples. One of the first things many seekers notice is a subtle pressure around the forehead, between the eyebrows, the temples, or the center of the brow. Sometimes it feels like a light pulse, sometimes it feels like a gentle tension, sometimes it comes and goes. This doesn't automatically mean mystical power. It can also be connected to focus, stress, posture, screen time, or breath patterns. But if it happens most during meditation, stillness, or deep reflection, many interpret it as a sign that your awareness is concentrating in a new way, like a lens tightening. 2. Your intuition sharpens without explanation. You start knowing things before you can explain them. Not as loud voices, more like a quiet signal. You feel a nudge to avoid something, or to call someone, or to leave a place early. And later, you realize you were right. This isn't about becoming psychic. It's about becoming more sensitive to cues, your body, your subconscious, your pattern recognition. Your intuition becomes less of a guess and more of a compass. 3. Headaches or mental fatigue when you're shifting internally. As awareness grows, your mind can feel overloaded. You might experience headaches, fog, or mental heaviness, especially if you're processing old emotions, changing habits, or meditating more than usual. Important note, seeker: if headaches are severe or persistent, take care of your health first. But spiritually, many people notice this during periods of inner change, because your system is recalibrating. Old thoughts fight to stay in charge. New awareness tries to take the wheel. And that friction can feel physical. 4. You start seeing through people and situations faster. This is one of the biggest shifts. You don't get as easily fooled by performance. You notice energy behind words. You can feel when someone is genuine and when someone is wearing a mask. You also start recognizing patterns, why certain relationships repeat, why certain problems follow you, why specific triggers keep returning. Your world doesn't get darker, it gets clearer, and clarity can be intense. 5. Your relationship with food begins to change. A lot of seekers experience this. You become more aware of what you consume, not just food, but energy. Certain foods stop feeling right, not from judgment, but from sensitivity. You start paying attention to how meals affect your mood, your sleep, your focus, your anxiety. You begin choosing what supports your energy, not what distracts you from it. And that's a major shift. You stop eating to escape. You start eating to sustain. 6. Light and sound feel louder than before. When you become more aware internally, the outer world can feel amplified. Bright lights feel brighter. Loud rooms feel overwhelming. Certain music affects you more deeply. This is common when you're spending more time in stillness, because your nervous system is no longer numbed by constant stimulation. It's like your senses were on low resolution, and suddenly the volume turns up. This can feel like a gift, and also like a lot. 7. Your dreams become vivid and unforgettable. This is a major sign. You start having dreams that feel like movies. Dreams you remember in detail. Dreams that feel more emotionally real than your day. Sometimes they're symbolic. Sometimes they feel like messages. Sometimes they feel like a different layer of you speaking. Even if you don't assign mystical meaning to dreams, it's still significant when your subconscious becomes that active. Because vivid dreams often rise when your inner world is processing something deep. 8. You start noticing the truth behind small moments. A conversation hits differently, a phrase repeats, a random encounter feels charged. You start sensing that life is speaking through ordinary scenes, not because you're forcing meaning, but because you're finally paying attention. You begin hearing the subtext, the underlying lesson, the mirror. And this is where seekers often say, everything started sending me messages, not literal messages, but reflections. 9. You think deeper about the future and your purpose. You stop living on autopilot. You start asking heavier questions. Why am I here? What am I supposed to learn? What do I keep avoiding? What keeps calling me? You start connecting your past to your present, and your present to what's coming. Not with fear, but with a strange seriousness. Like your soul is saying, stop wasting your life pretending you don't know. 10. You feel unity in places you used to feel separation. This one is subtle, but powerful. You begin to feel interconnectedness. Nature hits you differently. Silence feels sacred. Music feels like memory. You start seeing that everything is linked. Actions, consequences, people, timing. You stop seeing life as random chaos and start seeing it as a curriculum, not always comfortable, but meaningful. 11. Synchronicities and repeating numbers become impossible to ignore. And here's the one everyone talks about. You start noticing synchronicities that feel too specific to be dismissed. You see repeating numbers. You hear the same phrase from different people. You keep encountering the same symbol. Now, to stay grounded, repeating numbers can show up due to attention and pattern recognition. That's real, but spiritually, many seekers interpret these moments as wake-up taps. Not proof of magic, but reminders to pay attention. Because synchronicity often shows up when you're at a crossroads, when something is trying to align, when your inner world and outer world start speaking the same language. So if you've been experiencing some of these: pressure, vivid dreams, sensitivity, sharp intuition, faster discernment, synchronicities you can't ignore. You're not crazy, you're not broken, you're waking up. And that awakening doesn't always feel like light and love. Sometimes it feels like discomfort, because the old version of you is losing control, and the real you is coming online. Now I want to ask you something, seeker. Which of these signs have you experienced most lately? Drop a comment with the number that hit you hardest. I read them, and it helps other seekers realize they're not alone. And if you want more videos like this, grounded, spiritual, and built for real inner transformation, subscribe and stay close. Because once your awareness shifts, life doesn't go back to normal. It goes deeper, awaken, ascend, become.